And now we're ready to really get into this now. So we've got our elliptical tool chosen over here, and this file is prepared for us already so that we can put the proper ellipse on here. And it gives us a little guideline here. So we'll start over here and click and drag, and you'll see that it starts to build our ellipse. And I'm going to put I'll let go of my mouse button right about here, which is pretty much right on the money. Move it over 1 pixel. There we go. Okay. Now, we're not going to talk a lot about selections right now, except to say that what we've just created is a selection on the frame. And we're going to make some changes, but we're not going to make it to the frame. Now, okay, I'll give you a little bit here. Now, I'm going to take a small side tour and go to my brush tool. Okay, and make my brush just a little bit bigger. Okay, so here's what happens. When you've got a selection, the area inside the selection is changeable. It's editable. Okay, so I can click, oops, hang on. It would help if we actually had the right tool here, B for brush, that's good. Make that a little bit bigger. Okay, and so I can click around here, and obviously this is a mess with just black, but anyway, and I can paint, but look what happens. I can't paint out over here. So whatever's inside my marching ant selection, they're called marching ant selections, is editable. Whatever's outside is protected. It's masked. M-A-S-K-E-D, masked. Okay? So what happens is, what we want to do now is we just want to make changes outside the frame, not inside the frame. So what we're going to do is reverse what is masked and what's editable. Okay? And we do that up here in the select menu with a thing called inverse. Notice the keyboard shortcut here. It is Shift Command I. On Windows, that would be Shift Control I. Get to know and love this particular keyboard shortcut because you will probably wind up using it a lot. But since I'm here, I'm just going to use it from the menu. Boom. Notice what happens now. Now there's marching ants around every place else. And now this area is editable, is changeable, but the area inside the frame is not. It's very much masked off. And that's what we want. So I'm going to undo that. And what we're going to do next is to add an effect. Okay, so we're going to go over here to our adjustment panel, and these are our adjustment layers, and we're going to click on this guy here. You'll see the label up there that says Hue/Saturation. It's actually a 3-piece tool called Hue, Saturation, Brightness, but I think Adobe just made that briefer just for our sake. So we'll click on that, and a couple of things have happened. All of that selection stuff went away. This window came up. Now this is the effect, and then the effect also represents itself by putting a new layer over here. Again, another case of we'll talk about layers in another movie. But here's what's happening. What we've got here is a little thing called a layer mask, and all I'll say right now is this layer mask means that whatever a change we're going to make some changes. Whatever change we're going to make will take place in the window wherever it's white. The black represents the area that is protected, that is safe. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're first going to click on Colorize, and we're going to set the hue value to 200. And that's our effect. That's what we wanted.